are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I am your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Friday. It's Friday. It is the 5th of January, 2024. You want some more? Well, you got it. I barely made it. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. I love nothing more in this life than what's going to happen the next 5 days here in Florida. It's going to rain on and off. Love the rain. Need the rain. Without rain, there's no smiles in my house. I'm the opposite of everyone you know. The sun, that's gloomy to me. Anybody could have the sun. Storm clouds, rain, lightning, thunder, hail, forget about it. And wind. Can't forget about the wind beneath my wings. Well, anyway, tonight we're going to talk about the Mandela effect. Huh? The Mandala effect. Huh? The Mandela effect? Did I spell it wrong? It's Mandala, right? Or is it M-A-N-D-E-L-A? That's the respect I want to give it. None, because I don't like it. I hate the Mandela effect with a passion. Well, we all know, and I'm going to say it because even those naysayers know I'm right when I say what I'm about to say. It's not real. It's made up. We'll talk about it. And believe it or not, there are some people, scientists, who think it's real. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he thinks it's possibly multiple universes. I'm getting him down. I'm going to be able to do him. His voice, shut off. I'm going to do that voice. I'm going to get it down. All right, let's do it. Oh, you know, that tasted better the first time it went down. Food in the teeth. I'm waiting for the background so then we can do the roll call. So while that's thinking, because I thought I was going to be talking more. So we'll do roll call. Nope, I can't see anybody. Oh, wait, let's do it this way. Roll call. Oh, I can't put your name up on the little screen, though. Is that all right? All right. Tim Freestone, welcome to the Diamond Dog, welcome to the show. Jeanette, the Angel of Goof On, welcome to the show. Dan Bub, welcome to the show. Did it go? No. Brookis, what do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Samantha Morris the Cat, welcome to the show. And that Marcel Goofoni and Metalhead, welcome to the show. Snap ahead. Glenn Collins, what do you say there, Big Chief? Welcome to the show. Alfie Joe Bob, the AJB of Goof On, welcome to the show. Come on, why is this thing taking forever to go through? I had a tough time loading up the show. Thor Panku, welcome to the show. Intergalactic Angler, welcome to the show. Oh no, did I run out of it's not? I need more scrolling, please. Moody Mongol, everybody, the Mongol of moods. Moody Mongol, welcome to the show. Myra Page, how are you? Welcome to the show. F.A.P. Welcome to the show. Good to see everybody here. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Sky Allen. There you are. Thought I saw you. Welcome to the show. Don Mofo, right there. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Beats and Tapes. Oh, you're right there next to Denbub. Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys up in the lower balcony, middle section as they call it. Did it go through? Unbelievable. It didn't go through yet. Come on. I'm going to count 10 down. If it doesn't go through, forget it. I'm doing roll call, but it's not official. Having trouble. Please check your internet connection. Hey, Mafangul, you know? You know StreamYard? Don't be forcing my hand. I need the background. I don't feel confident without it. I can't see. See? I'm second guessing what I'm saying. I can't even think. All right, let me go live there. Ugh. It's my head. I'm doing roll call still. Stars and Night Vision. How do you say? What do you be? Welcome to the show. Country Girl. I know Country Girl. How are you? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing all right, too. Been a minute. Right? Jeep Girl? Isn't that you? No? I thought it was. I thought you went by. Wow, this chat room's like moving too fast. Bob Birkins, because two B's are better than one. The Shirtless Wonder. It's a new year, kid. It's a new year. You're going to roll them up. Next time you come on, you roll them up, you get dirty. Yeah, not like the last time where I got dirty. Big mistake I made today. Talking about Mandela effect. Big mistake. Hey, thank you everybody for, seriously, did you see what the show did, yesterday's show? 10,000 views, over 10,000. We usually get between 1,000 and 1,500 on a good day. 10,000. Yeah, we had 251 people. I said it was going to be a big show. Had no idea it'd be that big. Yeah, it's weird. And the short that I put up yesterday, over 2,000 views. The channel got think 15,000 views in one day. That's got to be some sort of record. It's funny. I don't understand YouTube anymore. Like, I'm seeing the results of a 13,000 sub channel. That's what it's supposed to be like. Right? If the shadow ban is off, I tell you what, I would never do anything, like crazy. I would respect everything 100 million% on YouTube. They don't respect us with some things. Here's what I get warnings at in the chat from YouTube. They say this is hate speech. I watched a video with a female cop where she overstepped her boundaries and got physical for no reason. It was totally wrong of her. She violated this person's rights, and no reason to handcuff somebody who's not a threat. Well, I put in the comment section, women should not be street cops because they're 3 to 5 times weaker than men. And I'm sorry, you can't get mad at me. It's a fact, right? And this is how they're trained. I'm not saying anything misogynistic at all. For those of you who are ready to attack this, I'm just telling you, YouTube thought that was mean. Hate speech. Look, my dad was a cop. My uncle was a cop. I know women cops. I don't hate women cops. I just don't think that they should be detaining people that are a little crazy. And you don't want to like tase a guy. You don't want to shoot somebody to detain them. I get that. But I mean, I've seen videos where guys like 6'2" going up against a 135-pound female and they're roughing her up, It's the way it is, man. I was just repeating what somebody else wrote. Women should not be cops, be street cops. Specific. They can do all the other stuff, just not the physical stuff. I know you're going to be mad at me for saying that, but when it comes to breaking the law or violating somebody's rights and a cop stepping over the boundaries, when am I not allowed to say something like that? Not in this situation. I think it's warranted because I've seen many videos of women cops getting tore up from criminals. So it's a thing that people say in that community. I repeat the mantra, and that's it. I believe it. I feel bad. Hey, look, if they didn't have the badge or the gun, do you think they would really put their hands on guys the way they do? No freaking way. And they're trained to violate people's rights because they have qualified immunity. They're not going to be held responsible for a big mistake. So say what you want. You want to hate me for saying something that's the truth and not a misogynistic statement. That's on you. Grow up. I didn't say anything that hasn't been said. And by the way, it's a fact. So if it wasn't a fact, then I can see you guys getting upset. First 5 minutes of the show, I'm already, feeling the heat. I love women. Kidding. I worship women. It's all I did my whole adult life. Matter of fact, when I was 3 years old, I had to squeeze women's bras in the store. The ones for sale. It's right where I went to. So, whatever. Come on with this background. It won't let me put the background in. All right. Well, such is life. You don't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. And I try. I don't know what to start you kids off with today. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here we go. Hold on. Yes, sisters. We just realign the dishes. Realign the dishes. Here we go.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy, not a ufologist. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into
UFO community. Got it. Thanks, Lou, for your reminder of the day. His book, supposedly, I saw people talking about it. It's supposed to come out springtime, the first quarter of the year. So March, April. God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I just cannot wait. That is going to be days and days of talking about that book. Oh, I'm excited. You know, we don't do that with everybody, do we? We never do it at all, as a matter of fact. We don't whip out a Greer book and say, oh, yeah. No, we've never done it before, but we're going to do it with Lou. It's one of a kind. It's one of a kind, man. Oh, I can't wait. What? Come on, Lou. Come on, what'd you say? I can't even drink. Look, I'm taking it easy. I'm drinking these again. I've gained 3 pounds in 10 days. Yeah, I'm weighing myself. I said I'm not going to, but I did. We're going back up, baby. We're going to get back. We're going to get into Gulf, Atlantic Ocean shape. So I thought about going to Miami because of that story that was broke yesterday by us. Well, unexplained mysteries. But we were the first UFO channel to break that story. You know? And I think that's why it did so well. But there's so many red flags with that story. Today, 3 more businesses I called. Nobody. Nobody's calling. Nobody's. Okay. Did anybody there see a creature or an alien walking in the crowds? And this is what I get. What? And I said, there's a story that was broken, on the news, January 1st, that there were alien creatures here at your place, Bayside Marketplace. Did you see or hear anything about this? Who is this? My name is Rich Giordano. I have a UFO channel. UFO channel? And then we get off on that. Yeah, we heard a story. Want to know if you know anything about it? No. No and no. Starbucks said they didn't want to even, I can't talk about it. I said, what do you mean you can't talk about it? Well, we were told not to talk about it. Why? Is the news calling you? We've had several people call. Who is this, by the way? Who's this? My name's Rich Giordano. I have a UFO channel on YouTube, and I know the news said there were some creatures walking. Sir, I have to go. I've got a line of people, okay? Call back later. I didn't call back. It's weird. Starbucks. And I'm not going to say his name because I know it might trigger people calling down there. But yeah, that Starbucks is catty corner to the Bayside Marketplace. So if you ever seen the stills from it, I think you could see it on the corner. And I think even the thumbnail I had, it was up in the background. Yeah, they had a front row to that thing. I honestly don't know what to believe. Why would the news do that? Why would they say that? Creatures. I mean, was it Fox? ABC? I don't know. It was one of the two. Breaking that story. It really is strange to me. And I thought about it after the show, and I'm like, yeah, None of that makes sense. There, 4 kids were arrested for apparently fighting, and that's it. And the story goes that there was a creature or creatures walking through the crowd of people shopping. And you heard the one man, I think his name was Jim or Jose or something with a J, talking how, he was watching this thing, and he's watching it. And he's seeing how the skin is, reflecting the moon and all this. It sounded good. Sounded really good. But I don't want to, it's 4 hours, 45-minute drive. I don't know if I want to drive 5 hours and get nothing out of it. I'd have to make a day or a night of it. It's a 12-hour day. 5 hours there, 5 hours back, eating, talking, looking for things. That's another 4 hours maybe. And I think I'd like somebody to come with me, actually. I think that would be cool. But I'm going to keep trying tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. And the same people that probably worked last weekend are working this weekend. So maybe I'll have luck. All right. I don't know, man. It's very strange. It's a very strange. It's as strange as anything else. You know what it reminds me of? Last year. How many stories were stupid? The lady on the plane. Remember that? He's not real, right? And they kicked her off the plane. Then there was that pro boxer kid from Britain who said the same thing and was hitting it. Yo, this bro ain't human. He ain't human. He ain't human. He ain't, is he? Dizzy. Oh, I forgot. If you want to help support the show, you can do that because GoofOn, survives because of you and thrives because of you. And we're alive. The Don Mofo, the Don of GoofOn, putting in a $5 super dono. That's a mucho gusto generoso style, baby. Thank you, Don Mofo, for the $5 super dono. Those who don't know and are new to this channel, a dono is an abbreviation for donation with no message or emoji sticker. It is blank, which means love. Jeanette, you can throw down 3 hearts and get the same exact appeal. That's a super dono, 3 heart style. £5, 5 quid. From the angel of GoofOn. We had the Don of GoofOn. We got the angel of GoofOn. We used to have the boss of GoofOn. You try to make people happy, and they take 2 steps back. Gush. Have fun over at Scambian Show. Thanks, Jeanette. Mucho gusto generoso. See, I was talking with my eyes. I learned if you do this in front of cats, they say you're communicating safety and love and security. Is that working? Tonight's not going to be like last night. We're not going to have 500. Bernie Muro throwing down a $5 super dono. It's a super dono evening. And Maximum Generoso, Bernie Muro, throwing it down. Thanks, man. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. And then some. That was perfect timing. Hold on. Somebody sent something. Thanks, Bernie. I appreciate the support. As always, mucho gusto generoso. Hey, who's this guy? I knew it was David Wilcox. Not Wilcock. $20 on PayPal. Nothing to sneeze at. Canadian coin. Hello to everyone, he says. I'll try to make it back tomorrow. Yeah, he had some personal things to attend to, so he's He's been away for a minute, but he wanted me to say hi for him. So thank you, Mr. Wilcox. Not Wilcox. I made sure it was you. I'm like, all right. I know so many Davids. It's weird. So many Davids. I like that. We get a mix of people here, right? All right. Scambian. I can't help it. That's his name. For Cripes Sinatra. All right. Well, I've been watching a lot of shorts, making them too. And I don't know why some people hate them, hate shorts. I love them. They're very addicting. You can spend an hour just flipping through. And you're like, what did I just do for an hour? I don't remember anything I watched. Yeah, it's weird. I want to show you something really crazy. This is bizarre. And this man can summon crows. Did you hear what I said? He can summon crows. Actual crows. And I'm not talking 1 or 2, 3 or 4. Hundreds. Check this out. At 5. This is the Crowman. Crowman? I think he goes by that. I'm not kidding. You'll find out here. And giddy up.
Intriguing video on the internet featuring a man from India who possesses the extraordinary ability to summon crows. He goes by the name of Akubai and proudly refers to himself as Crowman. Take a look at the completely empty sky, no birds in sight. Now watch as he begins calling out to his feathered companions.
I was laughing so hard when I first heard it. Watch this.
It's truly fascinating to witness how these crows promptly respond to his calls. Within moments, the sky transforms into a breathtaking spectacle as it becomes filled with a multitude of crows.
Where did they come from?
He reminds us of Morbius, a character from the Marvel movies who has the uncanny ability to summon bats. Let's show our appreciation for Crowman by giving him a thumbs.
I can do it. I don't want to do it in the microphone, but we can summon crows. Maybe we should try that. See if we can do it. I have crows here. My voice is broken. Oh. I tried. Don, did you just multiply by 2? Whoa. Hey. Oh, we have a weather alert for Florida. Rain. Thank you, Don Mofo. What are you doing? Doubling up $15 total. That's $10 super dono. That's twice as much love in 5 minutes. Wow. Wow, says Christopher Walken. That's fantastic. Ooh, was that Harry Carey? Hey, it was him. I've got sausages. That's great. Thank you, Don Mofo. The Don of Goof on throwing it down like he's in a casino. Cha-chingo, babe. Thanks. Appreciate the love. Now, you thought Crowman was great? Oh my God. What I have for you here is pure. This is a miracle. This is a miracle. Maybe a little miracle. Wait. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I want to play this, but I will. It was good when I was really high earlier, and I thought this would, but it's not that great. I know what this is. I'll just play it anyway. I think I've actually played this clip a month or 2 ago.
This is so scary. So did you ever hear about the mystery of the Laredo Chapel? So to this day, and it's still on the news, they did a broadcast about this. There's a chapel that has a staircase in the church. It does not use any nails, any glue, and does not use wood from this earth. Check this out. Now, the story goes from, I think, 1887. This is a long, long time ago. There's a chapel, and there's a carpenter working on the staircase in the chapel to reach the top. It's like an atrium. And before he could finish it, he passed away. Now, the nuns in the church, what they did, they started to pray. And they prayed to St. Joseph to ask Jesus to bless the chapel and to finish the construction. Now, what happened was one day, after the 9th day of their prayers, a man came into town on a donkey and this is so scary. So did
it was that cool. Hey, I saw something. What is this, Devin X or Devin X 777? I'm telling you, go outside with some sunflower seeds. You can get a Oh yeah. We where I live, we have all kinds. We have cranes, whooping cranes, big birds, small birds, crow birds, bluebirds. We have bluebirds. There's cardinals. In Florida, they have a cardinal. There was a red. It had a red chesticle. I hear, yeah. You know what though, Devin? It scares the shit out of me when they come at you like that. I think I'm gonna. You ever see the movie The Birds? I was forced to watch that. I was never the same. And they were in the, remember the lady in the phone booth? And they were running. The birds were kamikazeing. They were killing themselves to get at her. It was insane. All right, well, let's get to the main topic of tonight. Can we do that for a moment? A little bit? I don't know, while I'm talking, let me see if I can get this background in. I need it for motivation, okay? You don't know me. I'm crazy. Is it possible that we've talked about it a lot? But living in a simulation doesn't seem that far out of the reality that we're living in, does it? Think about it. Just think about it for a second. Why would I think that? Well, because it is theorized and hypothesized that it can be a reality. Simulation could be a reality and we wouldn't know it. That's a fact. How would we know? Does it make sense to you that everything outside of our solar system is so far away? Why? It's the way it is. You find another solar system, and then you got to go how many light years away? Everything's so far apart that in 100,000 years, when in the Andromeda galaxy hits the Milky Way galaxy, none of the stars will touch. That's how far apart things are. I know it looks like they're clumped together. That's not me saying it. That's scientists saying that all the stars you see in our Milky Way and in the center of Andromeda, when these two galaxies connect, not one star will crash into another. Not one moon will crash into another. That's how far things are apart. I'll get it down someday. Neil deGrasse Hole. Hi, I'm Neil deGrasse Hole Tyson. You've got to be kidding. Now I can't do it more than a few seconds. I lose. All right. So it looks like people tonight are talking about the Miami aliens. So we weren't that stupid after all to talk about it. And I'm glad. Dr. J, Dr. J Radio Live? Part of the third phase of Moon Club team. Anywho, he sent that to me. And I was like, wow, this is... Are you punking me, or is it was real. I can't believe that we got duped again. That's how it started last year. Kinda. Plain lady. Boxer. And here they are doing it again. Here we are doing it again. Don't you think that's a little weird? I know, I can't stop thinking about it. 30 cop cars, helicopters, 50 police men and women. People are going to take that and run with it. I don't give a shh. But I don't think I should have gotten a warning for that. It's truth. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, where? What did I do wrong? YouTube never tells you what you did wrong. They say, oh, you violated the guidelines. Well, I posted a lot of stuff. Which one? How do you know how to correct yourself? Which is why I kept saying over. And every time I'd put that out, they would say, you can't say that. You cannot make comments for the rest of today, it said. And one other time it was 24 hours. That's YouTube. They're weird. They don't like free speech. Actually, that's the algorithm seeing certain words, and it's automatic. It shouldn't be that way. It's terrible. Just terrible. Well, looks like we're stuck with the regular background. So, the Mandela effect. I don't know what to tell you guys. I really don't. But you should believe, if there's anything that I would want you to believe in all my years, is that the Mandela effect isn't really somebody going back in time and changing things. It's not true. It just isn't. It's bad memories. And when you see things on a poster or see it on a cereal box or any type of advertisement, you have some knucklehead who has a very poor, doesn't have the English language down correctly. Got a C- in English probably. Actually a D. The teacher probably liked the effort, made it a C-. And these people, just like with music, right? People think they hear the lyrics a certain way and they sing it that way for 30 years. And then all of a sudden they find out, oh, what's a calit dust? And what is a calit dust? Right? What isn't it in Hotel California? What does he say? One spell of calit dust rising up through the air, and still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, hey, welcome to the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Anyway, forget the background, Rich. All right, so I'm going to get the palette, something on my head. Oh my God, I just felt something on my head. I can't believe this. God, that was so weird. It felt like there were fingers pushing on my hat. It felt just like that. That is so bizarre. That felt so weird. I've got tingling going down here now, down this side of my body. It's just adrenaline. It's nothing.
be a simulation of something else.
I wish I had a good argument against that, and I do not. Just start with a real universe. You say, I'm going to program a universe in your computer and give the life forms in there the belief that they have free will. Then those life forms create a universe within their computer, allowing their life forms to think they have free will. And it's computers all the way down. Now you close your eyes and throw a dart. Which of all of these universes are you most likely to hit? Because only one of them is real, and all the rest are simulations. Just the statistics of that tell us we are probably in a simulation. And further evidence for this is some brilliant alien in his parents' basement is programming us, and anytime tranquility descends upon the earth, something comes in to ruin the whole thing. And I think they program that in just to keep them entertained. They'll throw in Brexit. They'll throw in wars. Just weird stuff just so that they can watch and be entertained while they eat popcorn. I was told once that anytime peace does break out, it's because they were called for dinner from their parents.
Could be true. Why can't it be? So when Neil deGrasse Tyson says that, then you watch this. Stay on your toes, people. No, 2 O's. See? Where is it? There it is. That's it? Only 2, kid? Cheap ass short. Get that out of there. Unbelievable. That was not a good short video. Where is it? I just put it up. Your sister's got no face. No face! All right, let's pull this one up here. We haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far. This will make you question your reality. Are you ready? Ooh, World Trade Center Mandela effects. I've never seen that before. Oh, wow. Let's explore, I heard. That was the first 2 words. Let's explore. Let's explore New York City. Come on, Jagovs. Here we go.
Let's explore the World Trade Center Twin Towers.
Let's explore.
On that tragic day when the Twin Towers came down, do you remember a building in front of the Twin Towers? Directly in front.
Yeah.
Was there, number
Church.
1, a Marriott hotel in front of them?
Yes!
2, a Starbucks in front of them. 3, an FAO Schwartz
All 3.
in front. 4, a welcoming center building. Or 5, no building at all. What do you remember?
There was no building. Get that out of there.
The answer is 1, Marriott Hotel.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
That's what I said.
That's bats in the belfry.
And it's always been there. People were calling the Marriott Hotel Building 7. I'm like, why? It is? Sure looks like it. It does. It does. I don't know why I thought that video would be interesting. It is horrible. Horrible. That was awful. And I apologize. All right. Why no aliens yet? Why? Why haven't aliens... You got to listen to what this guy says. In a minute, this guy's got it. God, I hope I heard this the right way. I would be embarrassed if this guy sounded stupid after I thought he sounded smart. And this is called The Alien's Perspective by Thomas Mulligan.
Things that I've ever learned is that if there are aliens out there living in the universe, from their perspective, Earth probably hasn't even formed yet. We humans have been sending out radio signals since 1974, letting the universe know that, hey, we're here, and they've traveled about 200 light years into the galaxy, which is only about this far. If there are aliens out there and they're looking for friends, do you know what they would see? If they're living 80 light years away from us, World War II is still happening. If they're living 65 million light years away from us, dinosaurs are still walking the planet. And if those aliens are living 4.6 billion light years away, the solar system hasn't even formed yet. Now, 4.6 billion light years is obviously an insane distance, but the universe itself is 93 billion light years across, which means that if there is intelligent life somewhere out there in the universe, for 95% of the places that they could be, Earth hasn't even formed yet.
That is amazing. I didn't even think of that. That is amazing. So any light that's coming from our sun is from 4.2 billion years ago. We know damn well there's all these things they're finding now are billions of light years away, right? Millions of light years away. Trillion. I don't know about that, but I mean, it might be. And they haven't seen the light yet because they're too far away. Hasn't reached them. Isn't that amazing? So it's like 75%. He said 90, but I think it's more like 75 to 80% of the universe doesn't even know we exist. Now, that is a game changer. That just lowered the number of possibilities exponentially. It is such a drastic decline in confidence now that I think we're going to find aliens out there. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to go out, but to have 75, 80% or 90, I don't know if this guy's a math genius or what, but if it's true and 90% of the galaxy or the universe doesn't even know we exist because we haven't been around long enough. Our light hasn't reached them. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is amazing. That's an amazing discovery right there. What a good thinker that guy did. He did good. He did good thinking. Is that true, though? Do you think that's right? I mean, that's crazy. That's a game changer for me. I think that's a game changer. That to take 80 to 90% of possibilities away from our chances of finding alien life, that guy just ruined ufology in 1 minute. He did. I wonder if I want to ask somebody who's smarter than me if that's true. I think the way he said it sounds like it makes sense to me. Shit, that sucks. That sucks. I don't know, man. Let me pull it up. You know, I wanted to show that because I forgot the other day and I thought it was important to talk about that. Let's see. Mandela, here we go. From Watch Mojo. I might have played this last year, but here are some Mandela effects. And enjoy. Have fun.
What is real? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 craziest examples of the Mandela. 18. Fruit of the Loom's logo. Fruit of the Loom is a clothing company renowned the world over. Its logo is similarly famous, showing fruit spilling out of a cornucopia. Or at least that's what many of us remember it as being. In fact,
we just talked about that yesterday.
The logo doesn't contain a cornucopia at all. Okay, so Monopoly Man's monocle. The board game Monopoly features a memorable mascot named Rich Uncle Pennybags, also known as the Monopoly Man or Mr. Monopoly. He's famous for his suit, top hat, and large mustache. However, people are divided on whether or not he wears a monocle. Reality.
All right, I gotta say, be an honest dude. I thought he had a monocle. I did. And then when they were going crazy over the Fruit Loops, I knew that people had bad memories. Even though I too think just like you, when I see these things, you know, I have the same memory. But that's what they're doing. This is advertising And it's done this way on purpose. So it's in your head. It's weird like that. You know, the Ford logo has that little loop thing. You know why they did that? Because it goes against every other thing on the car, on a Ford. They don't have any loop-de-doos. You're going to remember that loop-de-doo in the Ford emblem. Why would they make such a fancy-looking F? America! Ford, Apple Pie, and Chevy. Huh? It's baseball. Shh. I did. I thought the monocle... Watch this. Jim Carrey even thought... See?
And you must be the Monopoly guy.
Heck, even Ace Ventura made the...
Okay. So does that mean that he did have a monocle? Just because people thought that doesn't mean it's real. Look, every time the Mandela effect makes headlines on the internet or on X or anywhere else, I just laugh. And I say it's bad memories, bad advertising, bad spelling, bad both of those things. I was going to say something. Oh, it had to do with this. Shit. All right, let's continue. It'll come back.
The mistake. And he seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Could it be as simple as conflating the Monopoly Man?
Oh, isn't it because it's the peanut guy? That's what I was going to say. Mr. Peanut has a monocle, yeah?
With other rich fat cat mascots like Mr. Peanut? Or has someone bought up all our memories?
We did watch this before.
Number 17, Sex in the City. This much-loved HBO show and subsequent movies follow a group of 4 women and their love lives in New York City.
I didn't feel a thing. It was like, hey, babe, gotta go. Catch you later. And I completely forgot about him after that.
But are you sure that isn't just because he didn't call you?
However, strangely, there is some disagreement on what its title is. Although some would swear up and down it's called Sex in the City, its title is actually Sex and the City. Now, the easy explanation is that people tend to slur the word "and" a lot, so that Sex and the City becomes Sex in the City. Gives. Did reality go out
All right,
for
one
too many
more.
drinks with the girls? Number 16, Lucy has some splaining to do.
He never said that.
I Love Lucy is a classic sitcom and among the most influential TV shows of all time.
It's Ricky. Hi, Ricky.
Hi, Rick. What's going on here? Why'd you slam the door in their face?
Lucy's husband on the show, Ricky Ricardo, played by real-life husband Desi Arnaz, had a particularly memorable catchphrase. Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. Or did he?
Lucy, you got some splaining to do!
While Ricky frequently said the word splain in various contexts, he never says this exact quote, despite these supposed lines.
Right. So, we walk around, I do it too, singing the wrong verses in songs, ordering the wrong movie. There is no movie with Sinbad in it. Remember that? What was the name of that movie? Shazam. But I, too, thought there was a movie Shazam. It is weird, but it's not what we think. Look, if the Mandela effect was real and some things are changing because people are going back in time and they're altering history, changing things like, why would you go back and take off the cornucopia? Like, did that make it sell more underwear without it? I don't know. Or they didn't think of the cornucopia in that universe and it's just fruit. It's bad memories, subliminal messages, people who do not see details. You got to look at the details. Details matter. Preacher, Reacher. Anybody watching Reacher? Me too. Love that guy. I think I got a man crush on that guy. He's just so cool the way he just knows everything. If you haven't watched it, it's fun to watch. I like it. It makes me feel like I'm living in that scenario and figuring murders out and beating up all the bad guys with cool moves. And someday, man, next lifetime, Lucy, Ricky. Remember? Ricky and Lucy. I don't have it. I have it on my external hard drive when Ricky and Lucy Never mind. 4 years ago. Let's just move on. All right, I got a sighting for you. UFOs. This is why we're here, kids. This, my friends, is old. This is from the 60s, I believe. But it's pretty cool. Here we go. 3, 2, go. What do you think? Real? Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looks like a Tic Tac. Right? Yeah, that's just because of the frame rate. It's probably at 15 frames a second instead of 30. Could even be 10. Little ghost image right there. That's an interesting sighting, if real. In the beginning, I mean, that thing flies by pretty fast, right? I mean, that's the only time we see it in the real speed. Oh, that worked out great. Come on! Oh, you know what? Screw it. There's not enough information on that video to do even a minimal investigation or research into that, what we just saw. Anything that looks like that, I look at it for a few seconds and I move on, because there's nothing, not even another second, is going to make me believe that one way or another. It's too blurry. Here's another one from Thailand. The video was filmed by an eyewitness. Smooth movement and sharp start. This comes from World War III on X, but just hold on until you see it. Just wait until you see it before you start. You can say what you want. Go ahead. There you go. Get as far away from it as possible. Can I just say that had to be the worst fake in a long time? He didn't even have to move his camera, and he acted like he was going to move it, like following it, you know? And you know why I know it's fake? Everybody, me, you, everybody would put that son of a bitch right here. Nobody wants to keep it up in the top third of the frame. You're going to put it dead center if you think that's a real alien or UFO. But sorry, folks, this is about it's one of the worst fakes. Yeah, there is no sound. That was fake. That one was easy. Easy. All right. I'm going through some videos. That's what we do here. We look at things, we talk about it, and move on. All right. In 2008, you know astronaut Edgar Mitchell? I didn't know, or I must have forgotten, that he mentioned the Wilson memos, the Wilson documents. What is it? Wilson Davis? Yeah, the UFO memo. Yeah. I thought there was a video for this. Is this it? Hey, that's strange. Close that. That's bizarre. Well, it said it was a video, but there's no video. All right, I don't want to read. The Admiral Wilson UFO document, which previously used to be considered a hoax, has been in the public domain, but as the UFO disclosure pace fastened, the hoax is seemingly turning into an authentic document. Yeah, we know this. I don't want to read this. No interest. I don't give a shit. Hey, look, Wilson Davis documents, take them or leave them. I don't buy anything from those sources that's legit. I just can't. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't want this. Boy, I tell you. Oh, all right. Mick West. I'm going to play this video. It's Mick West and somebody talking about debunking the gimbal, and I think they show us, and I got some technical shit going on. Oh, it's Brian Dunning. I thought that guy looked familiar. So this is from Brian Dunning's movie, the UFO movie They Don't Want You to See. Never seen it, but I'll take a look into it. He and Mick West analyzed the Tic Tac video. In the analysis, Mick West breaks down why the video didn't show a fantastical non-human spaceship, but something far less simpler and definitely man-made. I'm going to play that, but I want to talk about Mandela for a second again before I get to Mick West and Brian. To wrap up that Mandela effect for you, let me ask you this. Do you believe it or don't you? The only way I can believe it, and I've said this before, if I walked outside of my house and my car, I don't know, it was a brand new Camaro, right? Then I know I'm living in a changed reality. But the letter F, Fruit Loops, Monocles, Cornucopia, Berenstein, all small time. All smaller than a bread box. How do you like that? If you're walking down the street and the Wawa was red and white, now it's yellow and blue. Then you got a Mandela effect. Nobody, not once, there's no video, no filming or recording of anybody seeing a building change overnight, their car change, or anything bigger than a bread box. I know cereal boxes are bigger than a bread box. Ha ha ha. But they're thin. Hey, oh, right. Somebody sent me an alien picture that their friend took. And let me see if I have permission to show it. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that, David. Hold on, I'm looking for this thing. Ooh. I don't know what's going on. What was I looking for? What? Oh, it's Argo Tanza. That's right. Here it is. I didn't get back to him or anybody for 3.5 days. But I sent a message back to a friend, and I guess I still don't have that permission yet. Anyway, I think it's just pareidolia, but I wanted to get your opinion on it. It's just a picture. The guy's not making any money on it, but what do we got here? Toby Mickle sending out $2. We're also looking at aliens' prehistoric pasts. Yeah, prehistoric. Dinosaur time, you mean? That's cool. See, there's depictions of humans with dinosaurs. And they're hiding it. And they said, there's no way human was here. I believe we're from Mars anyway, and that we were brought here because Mars got beaten. Oh, I'm going to play Denning. Toby, thank you very much for that thought, because I think that's interesting. We never talk about that. Humans and dinosaurs, or aliens and dinosaurs. We never once talked about that because it's so fantastical. It's like we wouldn't know. Like, you can only speculate what happened, right? You can't know. What would be interesting though is if because there's always extinction level events. They wipe everything out. They clean the computer in the simulation, or they put in a new disk or whatever they got over there, and boom. The AI remembers everything from the other worlds. The weather doesn't need to be changed. We have a stationary planet that's not wobbling out of control thanks to the moon that was brought in by some angels and demons 1,000 millennia ago. Toby Mickle, thank you very much for the $2. Mucho gusto, generoso. And the video. All right, here we go. Brian Denning. Let's see what he has to say. Debunking. See, here it says debunking the gimbal. And then it says Tic Tac. All right, well, giddy up. Don't ask me why it showed my email. I have no idea why. Unreal. Thank you, StreamYard, for I'm clicking on what I'm supposed to, but it's got a mind of its own right now.
And the interesting thing about this video is that this little blob appears to make sudden movements now and again. And people have claimed that the movements it's making are inconsistent with a human craft, like it's accelerating far too fast. The G-forces will be far too intense for a human pilot. So they claim that it makes these sudden movements which are impossible.
Wow, that just went flying off the screen at 1 billion miles an hour.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually moving. It looks like there's actual motion of the craft. There's a couple of movements in particular, right here. You'll see it zip down from the center to the outside. It's just like hanging out in the middle there. Then all of a sudden, it seems to disappear.
Yeah, well, it's on video. I mean, how do you?
If you go back and you analyze these in depth, you'll see that every time it does a movement, it actually coincides with some kind of camera motion. We can see that the person taking the video is actually switching between modes, between zoom levels, between types of camera throughout the entire video. And every time it does that, the camera loses lock.
So he's saying every time the camera moves to another position, the lock on the object goes off. That does not sound like smart technology. Why would it do that? It would keep the lock on, you would think. So Mick West thinks it's, well, you'll see.
Is there something on the screen that tells us what the zoom level is or the type of camera?
Right here, it says NAR in the corner. It says one-time zoom. These combined tell you what the zoom level is. This is the optical path that it's using, narrow at the moment, and this is digital zoom. Right up here, it says IR. And in some points in the video, that says TV. Like right here, it's saying TV. And when he switches between TV and IR, you watch that here, you saw that little movement right there at the start. When it switches from one camera mode to another, it loses lock on the object, and it very briefly just keeps moving in the way it was moving before. So here, we're changing modes. It does a little movement to the side. Same thing happened right there. It just switched modes again. It did a little movement to the side. What gets interesting is...
Don't you just think that that's because the camera is changing and it's not really breaking the lock? but for some reason, the way the software is created, it looks like it's being pushed out and then put back into the lock position. I think that's just because you can see the whole screen does this. So I think that is wrong. I think Mick West is wrong. I think it's always locked. I just think it looks like it takes off. It's like a glitch. But if he says, and I know he doesn't say because I've watched this already twice, he never says that it tells us that it's unlocked and then locked. Like it says locked or unlocked, right? It's pretty cool that he's wrong. I think he's wrong. Because if you look at it, every time, like he said, the screen moves, he says it's unlocking. I'm saying no, it's just the way that
it switches between TV and IR. You watch that here. You saw that little movement right there at the start. When it switches from one camera mode to another, it loses lock on the object, and it very briefly.
So wait a minute. So if it loses lock, listen, if it loses lock, why does the object dart? So, it doesn't make sense. If it unlocked, why would it move? Why wouldn't it just stay where they locked it? So that would mean the object is moving and then being locked in, or they're locking in on it and they're moving. I don't like his analogy on that. And Brian Denning doesn't know what to say. Why would he know? Wasn't he the guy that was in Cocoon?
Just keeps moving in the way it was moving before.
Brian Dennehy, and he's dead.
So here, we're changing modes. He does a little movement to the side. Same thing happened right there. It just switched modes again. It did a little movement to the side.
All right,
you change from one lens to another. And that's what's happening here. This object isn't moving off to the side. All that's happening is one optical pathway is rotating into...
Oh, that's what I just said, basically. That's right, because the camera changed. It rotated to the other one. He just debunked himself.
To a position. It's basically an internal thing in the camera. A little prism rotates or a little mirror rotates. Now, right at the end of the video, the one that people talk about the most is this one here. We're in medium field of view.
Oh, I did watch it twice. I know, but I thought about it before.
But he's going to change to narrow field of view. It means he's going to zoom in on it. And that happens right back here. So we've changed mode. This indicator lags a little bit. And when the camera comes back up, the object is just outside the bars. And it widens the bars, tries to get it back in again, just outside still. Widens it, for some reason it narrows in there, and now it's lost it. It's gone, it's outside. It tries to get it again. It switches to 2x zoom at that point. So this jump here isn't an actual motion. This is actually just switching from one zoom level to another zoom level. Shush it out, Roman.
Why would they zoom right there? It makes no sense to zoom in right there. The object's going past. It looked like it is. Why would you zoom? That's... I don't get it.
And then the object kind of basically just drifts off screen.
All right, what else?
And we know that it's somewhere along these lines of sight because we have these angular lines. So a good guess as to where it might be, if we look at this from above, is that it's just way off in the distance and it's kind of just flying away and a bit to the left.
It looks like something moving. It seems to move a similar distance in a similar amount of time as the plane taking the movie.
Yes, you can tell by the fact that these lines here are about the same length, that it's moving at about the same speed as the plane itself, which suggests it's probably another plane.
But if you notice, it's just a weird tic-tac blob shape. It's not shaped like a plane. Here's why.
So here's some thermal camera footage of some jets, and you can see more or less the shape of the jet there. But when the camera's in a certain configuration, a little bit earlier, all you see is this blob. You can't see the actual shape of the plane itself because the heat of the engine is creating this glare which obscures the shape of the engine. And I think that's what we're seeing in the gimbal video.
It's exactly what we're seeing in the gimbal tic-tac video. That was for everybody. Now you know. Now you know. there's a new movie coming out. It's by TMZ. It's called UFO Revolution. Official trailer I'm going to play. It's an in-depth look at the whistleblowers sparking a UFO revolution, sourcing and releasing evidence that the government knows much more than they let on. I mean, come on. We know that. Say something I haven't heard. Say something I haven't heard. Say something I never heard. Please, just somebody have a movie with something new. Please. Please. When is this coming out? The 9th. The 9th on Tubi.
Here, move on. All of that has changed.
Oh, no!
Here was a phenomenon that the government couldn't protect us from.
What's really going on with the UFO situation?
What was the most impressive thing to you about this video, which the world has not seen yet?
It has everyone asking questions.
Hold on.
More and more witnesses are coming forward.
There are many who believe that the government is hiding the truth of this.
Are we alone in the universe? No.
If anybody pays to watch that movie, you are a sucker. You will be a sucker. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because that movie is just a rehash of everything that happened last year. Why would anybody want to watch last year all over again? I want to see Corbell because
really going.
I think he's not wearing shoes again. It looks like he was staring in a big mirror. Yeah. Who's he looking at? He's looking at himself. Look. He's looking into the... Oh, it's a map. Oh, it's a mosaic picture of something. Look at all these... I don't know. It looks like UFOs. Nope, they're women's faces. Angie Rooker. Where is he at? A topless bar? And this is the back room? All right, at least he's got shoes on. He got out of shape, didn't he? He got out of shape. He used to have muscle tone. Now he just looks like he has sausage arms. Yeah, he's got sausage arms. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't care about that anymore, I said. I have something I wanted to play for you. Where is it? No. We did that yesterday. That was awfully nice. We did that yesterday, though. Oh, no, we saw that one. Come on, Rich. No. All right. Well, I'll just get the new shit. Here we go. John Lear. Oh, all right. You know what I think about John Lear? After I watched this audio clip from an episode of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, this was from 1994 with John Lear. They discussed an interesting UFO crash retrieval, UFO that appears that we are gifted on site at Hill AFB in Utah. I don't understand cribbage. Isn't that what it's called? Crib? People who don't, what is that? Crib writing? Right? Crib notes? All right, check this out. Listen to this. And I think John Lear had something to do with Bob Lazar getting the job at S4. And what Bob Lazar would do, he would report back to his buddies. And his buddy was John Lear and some others. I don't remember everybody's name. Right? That's what I think happened, because what did Bob Lazar do? He took them up on the mountain on a Wednesday. It was a very lowest traffic during the week on a Wednesday. And I knew they were doing this test. So we went out there, climbed on the mountain, and literally you could see it right in front of my face. And we got it on video. Next thing I know, I hear crunching of the leaves. and these lights turn on, and they caught us. And then I lost my job, and the rest is history. I think John Lear used Bob Lazar, possibly his son, they look a lot alike, to get information for John's curiosity. Can you get us up on that mountain so we could, find out when they're doing the test? We can get the shit on video. Why would he risk it? Why would Bob Lazar risk everything for John Lear and boys? Well, that's what peer pressure does, my friends. To be honest, I had no idea why I did that. It was so stupid. I know. You ruined it for all of us, Bob. Holloman UFO Air Force Base, 1964. Yeah, they talk about the weapon that the human-like NHI brought with them. A weapon. Aliens bringing weapons? It's rare, right? We hardly ever hear that. Lear was a close friend of Robert Emenegger. So keep that in mind. And also states that Sandler Films was a CIA front. Well, Lear was a CIA pilot also. Side note, this episode aired exactly 2 weeks prior to the aerial school UFO landing in Zimbabwe. Exactly. What does that mean? It's exactly 2 weeks. This is 3.5 minutes. We're going to listen to a minute.
The explosion over Nevada that you talked about, then a recovery of a craft in New Mexico in 1962.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a copy of that of the Las Vegas Sun. Had a front page story of this explosion that occurred. Well, it was seen all over Nevada, but apparently part of it crashed in Mesquite, and apparently that was one of the first test flights that our government made in a recovered extraterrestrial craft. And because of the disastrous outcome of it, there was no more testing until 1972. But apparently that was us trying to fly one of the extraterrestrial craft.
Okay, is that one of them that...
Wait a second. How come he never asks, who gave you this information? How do you know all this stuff?
Had crashed, or was one turned over to us in some way? Or
all I can tell you is it was acquired. Now, whether it crashed and it was good enough working order to fly, or whether it was turned over to us as one of the ones that Linda Howe talks about at Hill Air Force Base in Utah. Everybody wakes up one morning and there's one just sitting on the ramp. The doors are open. It's just sitting there. And that was one of the cases where we had to quickly cover it up and take it somewhere. But it was just sitting there on the ramp. Now, who gave it to us? I don't know, but it was just there.
Boy, it's...
Great reply. So, what else could Art Bell say at that point? That was his reply. Great stuff, man. All right, this is officially the last night of Lou Elizondo and the things that he said in history. Do you want to? Let's start with Lou's advice. I want to hear what advice Lou, from Theories of Everything with Kurt Jaimungal. The best of Lou and the worst of Lou is the best of Lou.
My one word of advice is turn to your children, turn to your loved ones, and love them.
I thought he was going to say, and jump.
Invest in your relationship with your loved ones and your friends. Start with that. And people get...
What is he?
Get mad. It's like, well, what the hell does that have to do with the topic of UAPs and anything else? This has everything to do with it. Because if you don't stop to do that and realize what's really important in life, then everything else is
Bupkis.
It's irrelevant. The reason why I do what I do is because it's those 2 minutes of beauty that I've seen the human species capable of. We are capable of such hatred and destruction towards each other, but we are also capable of such kindness and beauty. And that to me is worth saving. That is why I do what I do.
Let's go to CE5.
Tom DeLong, I recall, was saying one shouldn't do CE5. I'm going to get you to explain what CE5 is. But anyway, one shouldn't do CE5. And when one does it, often orbs are associated with it. And one thinks, oh, that's great because I'm inducing some contact. And Tom said, be careful. One shouldn't do that lightly. So that to me implies that there's something nefarious or potentially nefarious about these orbs.
Well, I mean, look, I'd say the same thing. Don't mess around with electricity unless you're a licensed electrician. Be careful because you can get zapped. That's true with anything. That's not just orbs. That's electricity. That's swimming pools. That's everything. I can't speak for Tom. I don't know what Tom meant by that. But I can tell you that general word of caution, I think, is appropriate for just about anything out there. If you don't know what you're getting into, just be mindful. There are potentially things that go bump in the night, and it's not all necessarily good or bad.
It's not all sunflowers like your cup.
Well, anytime you go snorkeling, look, I'm an avid scuba diver. Been scuba diving.
Oh, how many sandbags does he have to hold on to hit the bottom? First, he's talking, right, about what? Gotta love yourself, love everybody, beautiful, right? And then what did he say? Oh, man, I forgot because damn it.
It's about these orbs.
Well, I mean, look, I'd say the same thing. Don't mess around with electricity unless you're a licensed electrician. Be careful because
don't mess with electricity unless your name is Tesla. Don't mess with electricity. As a matter of fact, don't mess with anything.
You can get zapped. That's true with anything. That's not just orbs. That's electricity. That's swimming pools. That's everything. I can't speak for Tom. I don't know what Tom meant by that. But I can tell you that general word of caution, I think, is appropriate for just about anything out there. If you don't know what you're getting into, just be mindful. There are potentially things that go bump in the night, and it's not all necessarily good or bad.
It's not all sunflowers like your cup.
Well, anytime you go snorkeling, look, I'm an avid scuba diver.
Don't worry about those things that go bump. Those things that go bump in the night, they're good and bad. Well, I really don't know. Whatever. By the way, I go scuba diving. Yeah, right to the bottom of the ocean. I don't give a shit about air. But don't forget.
I've been scuba diving my whole life. There's always a remote risk when you go scuba diving in some of these beautiful coral reefs. You know what? There's a risk you're going to come up against a shark. Now, not all sharks are going to do anything, but if you're carrying a bag of fresh fish that you wound up spearing and are now bleeding out of this bag and dead, chances are you may attract a lot more attention than just a curious shark.
The best way to catch UFOs is with a bag of fish. I carry a bag of fish everywhere I go. The ocean, especially. I don't know what it is with fish in the ocean, but if you ever see a shark, give him one of these. Give him one of these right here. You just go like that, he'll jump right out of the water and grab it right out of the air like he's trained dolphin or something. Carry a bag of fish. And don't quote me on that, though. I'm just saying it works for me. You want to get rid of the boo-boo aliens? Carry fish. Carry Fisher? Yes. Don Mofo, did you throw it down again 20 minutes ago? That's a $5 super dono from the Don of Goofon. Appreciate it, man. That's another $5. That's $20 you threw down there tonight. I'm keeping track of everything. Thank you very much. That's a big mucho gusto generoso. All right. Thanks, Don. I got to get rid of it. I got to start this year starting tomorrow. I think I'm getting rid of the mucho gusto thing. I think it's 2-3 years past its prime. Yeah. Here's how it's going to go. Don, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. A super dono? MGG. Mucho gusto, generoso. MGG. Thanks, Don. Can you believe, Lou? Just carry a bag of fish when you go snorkeling. You see a shark? Just wave that right in front of his nose. You know you can punch a shark in the snout. Yeah, a snout. I've been scuba diving my whole life. I carry fish in my pockets. I carry fish in my shirt. I carry them in my underwear. I'm Loopy Lou. Loopy friggin' Lou. I talk in circles. I make 0 cents. I know absolutely everything and nothing simultaneously. I'm Lou Elizondo. I am a counterintelligence, super suck puppet master, and a hell of a cook. Everybody meet Lou Elizondo, everybody. Lou has a favorite song, too. And I know this is yours. Giddy up. Enjoy. Who's Joy? Shut it. Come on, everybody. For those of you who know, sing along. The Crop Circle song with Greg Brown, everybody.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
I don't know.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
What do they mean? What are they, everybody? Are they harbingers of world change?
Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change?
Remember when he was here? Greg Brown was live on GoofOn, performed live that song. God, remember that? Unreal. Where is, let's see, hold on. Greg Brown. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Wow, this is old. This is so weird. Oh, let me take you back. This is from February 3rd, 2021. Check it out. I can't believe this. It's so weird. There he is. Now he came on. What am I wearing? Oh my God, my old place?
No. Sorry, Lisa. And Branda Lee.
Oh my God, I sound sick.
Called in. And here we go. I'm bringing you on in 3, 2. There he is. Hello. You look great. Man, I can't believe you're here. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. How are you?
Well, the book was Harbingers of World Change. Are they world change? These secrets in the fields.
Oh my God.
Are they?
I forgot about that.
World change. These secrets in the fields.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like I coded in how to see. Okay, and these books aren't written by somebody. They're like edited by somebody, and then there's like every chapter is written by somebody else, and it's like different scientists studying them from different disciplines.
He did some new songs for us.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? Ooh. All right. People are jumping ship already. What's he doing on that channel playing this Greg Brown guy? I don't know who the hell that is. All right, I want play this for you. This lady, she had an incredible abduction experience. She had some sort of gynecological exam when she was 12. She was impregnated and shown her child human / hybrid at 15. Imagine if the general population or the average Joe knew that this has been happening. Don't you think people know? But I can remember to a time where I remember hearing about abductions and saying, yeah, right. Right? When the movie Communion came out, Whitley Strieber, his account of what happened to him, played by Christopher Walken. It was a really good, semi-slow movie with not a really good ending, but the experience, I don't know what the frig I was going to say. I'm thinking of two different things at the same time. I got a lot of stuff I want to say and I can't get it all out. It's like when you're holding on to a hose and you release it and then all the water goes whoosh. That's how I'm thinking right now. Why didn't it? Okay, see what I mean? Shit's delayed for some reason. I'm just going to play it. Oh my God, it's Linda Howe. D-Duty. I can't play Oprah. Can't play Oprah Winfrey.
Outside your car. Now you're looking up. You can describe your impressions. What are your impressions?
What are they?
It's like a spotlight that's shining down on the back of my car. And it's like it has substance to it. I can see.
I believe, yes, exactly. The book was really good.
Being taken up in this.
I know. Hey, Felix.
I can see it squirming.
What's up, man?
And trying to get free. And it's like it's being sucked up.
Not.
It's done very quickly.
Oh. Well, that's just a regression of some lady. You know, I thought this was something else. It's okay. It's all right. It doesn't mean anything. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt to watch that. That was okay, right? All right. I'm supposed to read this. It's from The Hill. You guys familiar with The Hill? 2023, the year the U.S. government started taking UFOs seriously. Well, last year, I think so too. I think it marked a profound shift in the conversation around UFOs, and the reflexive giggles that long followed any mention of UFO now subside quickly when the uninformed learn about bipartisan legislation and serious elected office holders alleging that surreptitious government legacy programs possess biological evidence of non-human intelligence and are attempting to reverse engineer exotic technologies of unknown origin. Although the UFO Disclosure Act passed the Senate with flying colors, House Intelligence Chairman Representative Mike Turner successfully killed the most extraordinary elements of the legislation for no apparent reason that makes any sense. After blasting this obstruction as an outrage, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mike Rounds, who are sponsoring the legislation, vowed to continue fighting for the truth and transparency in 24. Wait until I say something, then throw down. Speaking on the Senate floor in the waning weeks of last year, Schumer charged elements of the U.S. government with illegally withholding UFO-related information from Congress. The Senate Majority Leader cited multiple credible sources and a vast web of whistleblowers to support his astounding allegation. Ultimately, Biden signed legislation directing government agencies to turn over any documents that unambiguously and definitely pertain to UFO technologies of unknown origin and non-human intelligence to the National Archives for preservation. Right. Whatever you got, let us know your secrets, and then we'll watch you forever. No, thank you. Don't ever give your shit to the government. Given a multitude of pressing priorities and the decades-long stigma associated with UFOs, such extraordinary language does not receive a presidential signature on a whim. Yeah, Biden also signed into law provisions sponsored by two former presidential candidates, Kirsten Gillibrand and Marco Rubio, cutting off funding for illegal, unreported government UFO programs. Gillibrand and Rubio appear particularly concerned that America's adversaries may have retrieved highly advanced UFOs and that excessive secrecy is inhibiting scientific understanding of exotic technologies recovered by the U.S. Why? It shouldn't have any bearing on what we're doing here. If you didn't know, it's so dumb. They don't think right sometimes. You can tell how greedy the government is. They just want everything. The American government wants everything for themselves. Hey, China has some shit. Why don't we share our shit with their shit instead of just demanding they show their shit and we don't give them shit? That's how we are. We're freaking bullies, man. I don't like bullies. The remarkable language in the UFO-related legislation proposed in 23 closely mirrors the allegations of David Grush, who spoke publicly in June. Of note, the Inspector General of the intelligence community deemed credible and urgent Grush's allegations that elements of the U.S. government improperly withheld UFO-related information from Congress. We know. Is it impossible to dismiss Grush's intelligence Inspector General, nominated by Obama and confirmed by the Senate, serves as Grush's attorney? Oh, isn't that great? Anyway, we've got crash, we've got 40 witnesses over 4 years. Where are they? Where are they? You know, I'm so done. And they're going to have more. Next week, there's some meeting that's going on behind closed doors, right? I forget what it is. But they're having a meeting next week. They're starting early. Last year, we didn't get anything till March, I think, in the UFO field. I'm so done with Arrow. Arrow has got to be. Listen to this. Here, this is from Arrow on X. As we grow the office, begin building upon the previous Department of Defense efforts in this area, and communicate with Congress, we will provide updates on our progress here. This is an exciting and intellectually stimulating opportunity for us here at Arrow. And Grant Levac says, hey, Arrow, how's that communication strategy coming along? Any chance posting updates on X in 2024 is one of your New Year's resolutions, perhaps? Arrow is currently unavailable. Please leave a message at the beep. Beep. That's what you get. Call down there tomorrow, Monday. I'm going to call down there. Can we call? Can we call Arrow? I want to speak to somebody. Seriously, I'm not joking. I'm going to play a recording. Now, you're going to hear the same recording played 5 times. Do you think you're going to hear the same thing every single time? This is called the power of deception perception. Check this shit out. This is crazy. I learned this a while ago because of EVPs. You'll see.
Of people chanting, that is embarrassing 4 times. After the 4th time, write down what you hear. Interesting. Almost everyone here heard that is embarrassing. Listen again and watch the screen. You heard the same thing every single time. Our eyes and ears take in electrical signals which our brains interpret based on our expectations. We don't see reality. We see our reality.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Because it goes to show you that not everything is what it seems. And now that just brought us back to, are we in a simulation? The only way you would be able to know if you're in a simulation is if you broke through the 4th wall, the 4th dimension, whatever else is out there. I don't know. But I had a conversation with a couple of people about where we originated from. People, humans. Because I got to tell you, something's off. Like, my whole life, I feel, I always felt like I loved the earth, but I always felt like home was somewhere else. I don't know, just maybe being different, thinking differently than other people. I don't know, but I think we're living in reality that we don't understand. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if we're in a simulation. Nobody can prove it. But all the scientists say, yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. So then I started thinking, well, how can that be? And then I started thinking, well, maybe that's how the law of attraction works. So check this out. Let's say that's true. And we're entertainment for the aliens. Look how nice that looks. We're almost done. We could be entertainment for aliens. It's not a joke. It's a possibility. And anytime they get tired of watching this simulation, extinction level event comes and wipes us out. Start over. And they enjoy watching us rebuild, right? Watch us work to get back what we lost, right? I would love to watch. As a matter of fact, that game, Sim City, I was hooked on that game for the longest time. And it kept, I wanted more though. I wanted more out of that game than it was giving me. I want to know the truth, because that video game is a reality that's created from the gamers who made it, the guys who create those games. Every time I turn it on, I start another universe or another world, and it appears on my screen. Well, in this world, you could get a telescope and look at the stars, right? Can't do that. Can't do that in SimCity that I know of. Well, I don't know about the new versions. I haven't played the game in 20 years. Maybe 19. But I used to love that. And I used to just lose myself in the imagination that it's happening here. Like, we're all programmed. We think we have free will. See, that's what bothers me. Tucker Carlson goes on his podcast and says, we don't have free will, we have the illusion of free will. What? Because the aliens aren't aliens, they're demons. They've been here since day one. So let me get this straight. You know all that, but you don't know the why? Give me a break. How do people think? Do you think we're... Yeah, they do. How can you say that and not know the rest? Because he doesn't know. He's guessing. Everybody's guessing. Nobody knows. The only people who know are the people that really know. And there's only a handful of people. No president. Maybe a president. Maybe JFK knew. Maybe Reagan knew. You know, maybe George Bush, when 9/11 found out, you know, we've got these weapons. You know the ones I'm talking about. They could melt their weapons. We'll save it for the World War. That's what we'll do. We don't have any weapons from aliens. We have the illusion that we have this back-engineered, black budget-made program, UFO. We don't. I'll tell you why. Nothing has ever been leaked out. Look, who was the guy? Gary McKinnon broke into the government's website or something, right? Broke into their files, and he saw exotic this, interplanetary that. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but it was obvious he found what looked to be ET craft, you know, the names of programs that are possible ET related. And nobody was supposed to know about that. No civilian should have seen that. And he found it. And because he found it, it makes it more real. But if you think disclosure is going to happen from the government, I got to tell you, keep dreaming. But disclosure won't ever happen by the government. It'll happen if we want it to. There's people out there that have evidence. I believe there's pieces from the Roswell crashes. There's some pieces that were probably pocketed. You're bending down as a soldier. You're supposed to clean everything. Then nobody's really supervising, really. There's a guy watching everything. But you just put a little piece in your pocket and move along. They didn't have scanners or x-ray or, you know, any of that shit back then. I know somebody's got some Roswell shit in a shoebox in a closet in an abandoned house that's going to be sold, and everything is going to go to the next owners and the UFO information, and it'll be lost to time. So this year has already started off almost identical to last year. That's a good thing. We're going to have a good year. Look, we're 5 days in. It's the weekend. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll do it again. What are we doing tomorrow? I already got it set. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, wow. Right, tomorrow. I forgot. Tomorrow is tearing apart the veil to a new reality that is happening right now. How many times have you heard we are in the middle of a paradigm shift? A lot. I've heard it a lot. Well, what if I told you that might be true? Very hard to prove. But I like it. I like that people are thinking outside the box finally, that the possibilities of angels and demons are the aliens. Because that's what I've been saying since I was a kid. That's what I used to believe always. Always. And then I got away from it, and now I'm back into that belief. Hey, it's going to happen. It's weird. Anyway, well, thank you, moderators, super chatters. Thank you very much for supporting the show. Did I forget one more? Don Mofo, did I forget this? I thought I did this one. Well, thank you for the $5 super dono, Don Mofo. Mucho gusto, generoso. Yeah, I think I did this one. That was from 811. Yeah. I forgot to get rid of it. But thanks again, everybody, for your support. And thank you, newcomers and veterans, making that chat room bounce tonight. I have a very hard time doing two things at once because I go at a fast pace and I'm always on to something new. I don't like dead air, so I don't really... If I look in the chat room to talk to you, the show would never happen. I'd be just talking to you the whole time. I try to give out as much random information as possible in 1 2-hour show. I got one video left. It's called Screaming Dogs. It's adorable. And I think we'll go out with this. It's nice. It really is. What the hell, man? Where is it? This is it. Monday Madness, they said. Here we go. This is fun.
No. Everyone's asleep. Shh.
It sounded like an insane asylum for a minute, man. That's so funny. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks again. And hey, we do it here every night, truthfully. Truthology for ufology. For you. Be good to yourself. Love life. Live it to the fullest. And when you wake up tomorrow, just say, goof on. 7 o'clock tomorrow. We're going back to 7 o'clock tomorrow. Or 5. Alien bless, everybody.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object